The Mavs wrapped up, beat the Lakers tonight, but it was a historic night. Walk us through what happened with Dirk.
Dirk Nowitzki just took over this game from the opening minute. He came out and said, okay, I need 20 points to get to 30,000. I'm getting ready to do this right now. You better get your popcorn ready. You better get in your seat because it's going to happen. He almost got all 20 in the first quarter. Ended up with 18 points in the first quarter and finished the night with 25 points. He becomes the sixth player in NBA history to score 30,000 points for his career. It was just a magical night. I know it's one of those nights that everybody in attendance, over 20,000 strong, they're never going to forget this night because Dirk put on a show. Everybody came here saying Dirk's going to need 20 points. Is he going to get it tonight, or are we going to have to wait until Friday night and come back against Brooklyn and get it? Dirk said, oh no, young fella, I'm getting this over with right now. I love, what did Rick Carlisle say? Rick Carlisle said, Dirk said, I make love to pressure. And it was a lot of pressure on Dirk tonight, but you couldn't even tell. I mean, he scores the first 8 points of the game and just kept going and going. Ended up 9 out of 13 from the field. Like I say, with 25 points, and the Mavericks defeated the Lakers for the 14th straight time, 122 to 111. Great night for Mavs fans.
You were sitting down there kind of near the bench. Could you feel the anticipation of the crowd? What was the electricity like in the atmosphere?
It was one of those games where, and I haven't felt this in a while, where you get goosebumps. With every basket he scored, that Dirk scored, and I was even tweeting about it today. I said the crowd's going to get louder and louder every time he gets closer to 30,000, and that's exactly what happened. It got louder and louder, and the goosebumps came on you. It's almost like he couldn't miss. I mean, the ball was just wheeling its way into the basket. Even his very first shot, I said, oh, that's short. It wasn't short. It went nothing but net. I said, oh, okay. It's going to be one of them kind of nights, Dirk. And I got word before the game that Nick Young of the Lakers said, well, you're not going to get 30,000 on us. Nick, you must don't know Dirk Nowitzki, homeboy. This dude is a bad dude. I mean, like I said, he's one of 6 guys to get 30,000 points for their entire career. And he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Fame. I think he's going to play one more year. Matter of fact, I know he's going to play at least next year, and then he's going to call it a career that'll make it an even 20 years in the NBA for Dirk.
You've covered him since he first arrived in Dallas. What do you remember during these 19 years?
I remember being at DFW Airport when Dirk came to Dallas for the first time from Germany, and the elevator opens up, and there's this big, tall, lanky, skinny white dude. And the first thing that came to my mind is like, oh, Nelly. Nelly is Don Nelson, the coach and general manager of the Mavericks at that time. He had been known for getting a lot of tall white guys that couldn't play, and I thought this was going to be another tall white guy that couldn't play. And then the first game of the season, it was a lockout season, Dirk's rookie year. First game was in Seattle. So I'm up there, and Dirk finishes the game with 2 points, no rebounds, 0 out of 5 from the field. And I'm thinking, Lord, here we go again. But somewhere along the road, the page turned for Dirk. I mean, this guy, he worked hard. You see him in the gym all the time, even now. I mean, some of these young guys, they got, 10 guys on the roster that are 26 years old and younger. But the last guy to lead the gym is Dirk. He's 38 years old. So nothing has changed with him. He just loves to work hard. I was talking to Calvin Booth, who played with the Mavericks early in Dirk's career. He said, the coaches used to almost have to threaten Dirk with a fine if he didn't go home. Get out of the gym, boy, go home and get some rest. But all that hard work has paid off for him.
Dirk's big night overshadowed the fact that I think 6 or 7 players scored in double figures. Mavs rolled to another victory. Just a quick recap on the game and how big that win was.
They had 7 players in double figures, led by Dirk with 25 points. Seth Curry got 18. The Mavericks have now won 11 out of their last 17 games. They're 2 games behind Denver for the last playoff spot, and I really think they're going to get it. I really, really do. The Nuggets have a tough schedule, including one more game with the Mavericks here in Dallas. So it could come down to that ball game, but the Mavericks are just playing so well. I mean, they started the season out 4-17. A lot of people were saying tank the rest of the season. I said, I never like tanking the season. It's like, why you want to teach your players how to lose games? Teach them how to win games. If they happen to lose it, that's fine, but at least they'll learn something from it. But if you intentionally going out there to lose games on purpose, and then next year you're going to say, okay, now I want you to try to win some games. Nah, I don't want you doing that. But I think the Mavericks are in a great spot. They got 10 players on their roster that's 26 years old or younger. They're poised to be a factor. I'm not saying they're going to win any titles, but at least they can be a factor. factor in the playoffs, and perhaps if not this year, next year get to the second round, and depending on who they picked up in the draft and in free agency, who knows? No one thought they would win it in 2011. I always say, somebody's got to win it. Why not them?
Last question, real quick. I said last question on the other, but this one seriously. If I had $100 for a race between you and Dirk up and down the court, who would win?
His legs are longer than mine, but I think I'm a little quicker than him because Dirk's not fast, and he'd be the first one to admit that he's probably the slowest guy in the building. So if it's $100 on the table, I'm winning that. He's not going to get out of the building with that $100 bill.
All right, Dwayne Price. Thanks so much.
All right.